If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Norwich City career mode. Bit of face cam for you today, because this is essentially going to be a menu maintenance episode. We're going to obviously dive into some transfers. We're going to have a look at these emails first. An awful lot of the players happy to be listed. Bloomfield, Tetty, whoever the hell that guy is, and that guy too. But Basogog... Oh, hey boss, I'm surprised but a bit glad. Okay, well, never mind then. I won't. It's pointless, causing a rift, I guess. I mean, we could just say, glad we're aligned. For these players, glad we're aligned will make sense, right? But for Basogog, I'll just leave it. I don't want to annoy him, and then I don't know if, in Football Manager, what happens is if you say something to a player and he takes it badly, it can affect other players in that team. So, or in your team rather. So I don't want to rock the boat, as it were, and annoy people. We have an awful lot of players that I'm guessing have come through some sort of youth academy or some sort of recruitment. He doesn't look too bad considering. He's 25. Yeah, I mean, he's only 18. There are a few players that I don't recognise there, so they've obviously come through some sort of recruitment process. Let's start Campwell, who doesn't seem too happy. Let's also start... Cyprian's not happy either. Is Saga happy? Yeah, they're all a bit like, meh, but it is what it is. We'll just let them play out that way. Don't have many cams. Let's start... I don't really care about Rupp, so we'll start Ferreira. We'll save that. I'm not going to play the pre-season because I really don't care if we get knocked out first round. Hang on then. Is it the red card? Is Buendia on the bench? Yeah, put Buendia on the bench. I haven't decided yet whether Buendia is going to be part of the team next season or not. I think he probably will be. Wouldn't rule out a transfer if an offer came in, but this is pre-season game against Torino. Baranatea's scored. Kirk and what I would assume is James Milner has scored against us. That can't be their main team, though. A couple of players in there I've never even heard of before. But then again, it's not our main team either, so I'm really not that bothered. In terms of training, as you can see, we have Baranatea, Simakan, Ferreira, Barco and Gilmore getting trained. I've had a few tips from people saying to do this, to do that, and I just like a gradual build-up. Obviously, next year is completely different again. They're doing something completely different in FIFA 21. So we'll have to sort of adapt and go again and find out what's different. But for right now, I was just waiting for a couple of offers to come in before I went and bought someone, because if we can get Basogog gone and a couple of others and we can get 40, 50 million, that will give me a much stronger pull in the transfer market. We could go in and really make an impact and buy someone huge. If I look at the strikers, I don't really care about strikers, and there's no other players I can look for. If I go look at the transfer list, I'm going to do a little bit of searching off sort of camera, so you're not sat there with me the entire time just looking at different players. And there are some players that have been suggested in the comments that I will go through as well, and I'll have a look, see if they... Because a lot of them, nearly everyone has moved clubs since the start of the season. It's amazing how frequent the transfers are. So when someone says something in the comments, I go and have a look and they've moved club. Because a player that I would love to get, for example, is Tonali. Tonali, his value keeps going up and up and up. And he probably doesn't even play for Brescia anymore. He's probably moved. So, and the thing with that is as well, because I've got Cyprian and Sangar, where do I play Tonali in there? I'm going to have to rotate one of them, and I don't really want to be doing that. So I'm not sure what position we want. I'm really happy with the back line. They're going to improve big time. Godfrey is a player that I guess could get replaced, or maybe move on to the bench. We could sell Zimmerman and then use a really good big sort of centre-back big name centre back. I just looked at the transfer list. There was no one there that I really wanted to take on. We can have a look at the loan list now. Abel Ruiz, Adam Lewis is there. We've got a decent enough left back and backup. Aaron Conley, I looked at actually signing permanently last season, but decided against it. New goalkeeper there. Adrian Lopez, again only a loan though, so unlikely to dethrone Tim Krul. Tim Krul's actually been really good for us. That's sort of the problem. If I was to go for a goalkeeper, it would have to be a pretty impressive goalkeeper, because even though Tim Krul's only like 76 rated or something, I'm bored of the loans already. I'm going to go have a look at the goalkeeper situation. I wonder who we could maybe go after. I'm trying to think of a goalkeeper that would be better than the one that we currently have. We have just entered into transfer negotiations for the young French goalkeeper, Lucas Chevalier. He plays for Lille. He's 18 years of age. When you first start the game, I think he's 16. He has very high potential, and he could be the guy to sort of take over from Tim Krul. I'm tempted to go in for a player swap and see if they'll take my Michael McGovern as make weight. I mean, just to get a general gist of what is... we consider swapping Chevalier, but looking to bring in a fullback, a striker, or a centre-back. Not a problem, mon brave, because I have a beautiful striker that goes by the name of Dermich. I've also got Carlton Morris. Carlton Morris, he's worth nearly $1 million. What are you saying? Listen, we can't let Chevalier go unless you offer a player to suit our needs and budget. We aren't interested in Morris, but we are looking to bring in a fullback striker. You know, you've just told me that. Okay, well, let's offer other player. Dermich then. Dermich is 3.8. At the very beginning of the game, Footwiz have got Chevalier valued at 400,000. My concern is that that's going to be too much. Maybe not. I don't know how much it's going to cost to sign him. I was kind of hoping for no more than 5 million. They don't want Dermich, which is interesting. I don't know what other positions I can offer them. Offer other position. Fullback, centre. I could offer them Byram, I guess. Centre back, Zimmerman. Let's offer them Zimmerman, and then we can look to bring in a better centre back than Godfrey. They are not happy. They don't want anyone. All right, fine. Forget it. Let's just offer you a transfer fee and see what happens. I don't want to go in too heavy, but I don't want to go in too light either. I'm kind of thinking 6 million initially, and we'll add a 15% sell-on clause. I'm adding sell-on clauses. I do it in FM all the time. But the reason I like doing it in FIFA, especially this save, is because I'm unlikely to be around when I sell him anyway, because we'll be into FIFA 21 by then. So let's submit that and watch him go. Watch it. I'm ready for it. Oh. Bugger. I believe I've overshot that. 6 million for a goalkeeper that's probably not worth more than, I don't know, 2 million. I was offering him all these players, and he was like, no, it's not enough, I don't want this, I don't want it. And I kept thinking, well, the reason you don't want it then is because he's worth a lot more. I mean, can I cancel that? I don't want to overpay, but at the same time, I'm kind of, screw it. Let's just go for it. Let's just get in. You know, get him. We're going to have a really good goalkeeper on our hands. He'd be worth more than that in the future anyway. If we do end up playing and we do end up trying to sim through a little bit quicker than what we have been, maybe we can sell him on in the future if we want to. We'll get a few quid for Tim Krul anyway if we decide to sell him. Yes, let's just speed through this as quickly as possible. 4-year deal. He might want 5, but no, he's happy with that. Disregard the release clause. I'm hoping he comes to me with a wage. Pound. No, okay. I mean, here it says at the very beginning of the game he's on £500 a week. I don't know. Is 9k too little to expect him to sign for? With a sign-on fee of like 100,000 or something? I don't know. Let's go for that and let's see what he says. That's a fair offer. I feel like I've overshot that massively. I feel like they're laughing at me. The club have just got like 4 million more than they thought they were going to get, and he's now on 9 grand where he thought he was going to get 900 quid. I've found another player, and for all I know, these are the wonder kids of FIFA and everybody knows about them, but Armel Bella Kotchap, I've got to make sure not to say the word Bella too loud or my cat will jump on me, but he has got a release clause of 1.75 million. He has a potential of 85. I have no idea what his current rating is, but I'm more than happy to jump in here to pay that release clause and to sign him up immediately, get him playing a few games. He's got a 5-star weak foot to play out from the back as well. He is literally a centre-back. He can't play anybody else. But, yeah, skip and pay the club's... wait, skip? Yeah, there you go. That's what I want to do. Now, I never want to delegate because I've done it before when I tried to play just by myself. And the amount of players that I've scared off by delegating is just ridiculous. So I'd rather just do it myself, get in there, and try and sort of sort something out. Now, I'm hoping he's going to accept prospect here. He wants to be a sporadic player, which is fine by me because he will be anyway. I have no idea how much to offer him because I haven't even looked. Let's go for another 4-year deal. I haven't even looked at his profile on FootWiz, actually. Let's do that right now. So, he was at the beginning of the game. Of course, we are a season in now. At the beginning of the game, he's valued at 650,000. His wage is around £750 a week. Oh, there we go. He's come straight at me. So this is just opens my eyes completely as to how much I overspent on the goalkeeper. He is arguably better than the goalkeeper in terms of rating and what he will be. And he's going to cost me under 2 million. And his wage, he's asking for 2,800 with a sign-on bonus of 26,500. I gave that other guy 9,000 a week and a sign-on bonus of 100,000. I have massively overshot the goalkeeper. But new goalkeeper, new centre-back, both with pretty good potential, you know, in the 80s. I can't imagine he'll be competing with Tim Krul until, well, late on in the season. He will get a go. So 65 rated is the goalkeeper, and Bella Kotchap is 66 rated. So at the moment they are going to be. I mean, he's higher rated than my sub. Well, he's the same rating as my sub goalkeeper right now, actually. So I can't really complain about that. But yeah, I'm happy with my purchases. I know full well Godfrey is only 22, and I know he probably will grow into be. In fact, let me go and search right now to see what Godfrey's potential actually is. 83. So the centre-back I just signed has a higher potential. So Godfrey is still, you know, a good 8 points away from where he will be in time. But for right now, I think we've done all right. And perfect opportunity, because we've got a game on the horizon to test out a few things. So Tim Krul, have a break. Let's put our new centre-back in there instead of Godfrey. We'll play Saga instead of Cyprian. We'll play Greenwood instead of Baranatea. Barco's up to 79 rated now. Basogog can play instead of Cantwell. Why not? Pop Hernandez on there instead of Barco. And I give Rupp a run out instead of Gilmore. And that's another one as well. Billy Gilmore's in there. He's got a decent potential. So he's getting up. I mean, we've got a good young side. The only thing that we don't have really is experience. Tim Krul is the only experience we have, and now he's being replaced by Chevalier. So we'll see. I don't expect this team to beat Cologne at all. And we got absolutely spanked. Olivier Giroud coming off the bench to apply the icing. But that's okay. You know, bunch of kids out there didn't expect to win it. Bottom of the group in the pre-season. Oh, there we go. So Hernandez has just played his last game. We've got a transfer offer for Basogog beneath as well, which is really nice. 4.6 million he's gone for, which means 3.3 has been allocated. Therefore, we have just signed that centre-back And we have change remaining from this deal. The offer for Basogog is 10.7. Leicester City have come in. That is magic. I'm going to see if we can get more, because as you can see, it says his market value is between 9.5 and 14, essentially. So let's negotiate and see if we can get closer to that 14. We've gone in with 13.7 million, which is 200,000 under what my assistant told me was a fair price. He said, I'm sorry, we're not willing. Okay, you have a deal. There you go. So 13.7 million for Basogog. That was me that said sorry to him because we weren't willing to accept that low ball offer. But yeah, 13.7 million for a player that cost me 5 million, was it? 4 million? I can't remember how much he cost. Maybe there's a way to find out. I can't remember. But either way, we have made a lot of money on Basogog, and he's given us almost nothing. I don't remember him even scoring a goal for us. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, my final push for some transfers here, I think might be Kubo or Ferran Torres. Now, Torres has recently signed for Bayern Munich, and I say recently, it doesn't say joined this year, for example, so I'm guessing he signed last season. Therefore, we could maybe make the deal, but I'm more interested in Kubo because he's very pacey as opposed to Ferran Torres, who I don't think is actually that pacey at all. Well, he's got good acceleration. He doesn't have great sprint speed. I suppose you could say the same thing for Kubo, actually, which is really... Yeah, I don't know. Kubo has lower potential. Ferran Torres has a little bit more going for him in terms of positions. He can play left or right. I don't know, maybe we look to sign, or maybe we go in and see what happens first. So my first choice was originally Kubo. I am now tempted to maybe go in for Torres instead. I'm going to go for Kubo, and I'm going to see how much they want. At the very beginning of the game, in the first season, wow, Zidane's going to meet me in person. Kubo was valued at 5.5. I would be very surprised if they want anything close to that now. Surely after a season of development, they would want a little bit more than 5.5. Going to go for the classic player swap just to see if we can get rid of Dermich or something. See if they're interested in Dermich going to Real Madrid. We can't let Kubo go unless we offer a player to suit our needs and budget. I can't imagine we have anyone that would suit Real Madrid. They're going to be looking for players that we just don't have, right? So let's go for the transfer fee. And let's go in with a bit of a low ball. Let's go in with a £7 million bid. Like I said, at the very beginning of the game, 5.5 million. 1 season, 1.5 million of appreciation. We'll add a sell-on clause of 15% as well. Why not? Watch him wave his hands back and forth and storm out in disgust. What are you saying, Zidane? Oh, you're going to have to do better than that. How about 11? Right, well, we've got Kubo if we want him then. So that's not too bad at all. I was expecting him to either storm out or to want like 20, 30 million for him. But 11 is not bad at all. He's got a potential of 87. He was 72 overall at the very beginning of the game. He might be a little bit more now. I think this could be the start of Buendia either being forced into the middle or forced out in general, really. But a bit more pace up front. Him and Barco with... who else? But then if we went for Ferran Torres instead, he could be the cam. And then Barco could be up front with Barnatea. I don't know. Kubo can play cam as well, actually. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's propose a new transfer offer. See if we can get closer to maybe 9,250. Edit the sell-on clause to 10%. See what he says about that. That would be a really good deal for us. That's fantastic. That's such a good deal. 9 million for Kubo. That's banging. He only wanted 6.6 thousand wages at the start of the game as well. So I would imagine he's not going to want an awful lot more. I'm hoping it goes like the defender just went and they come to us and they say, look, this is what we want. Because I don't want to overshoot it and I don't want to scare him off either. So let's find out. I want to say important, but at the same time, I want to say rotation. Sporadic? No, let's go for rotation and see what happens. He wants important. You can have it. He'll probably play most games anyway. That's fine. 4-year deal, same as everybody else. That seems to be the going rate. Yep, it is. He's happy. Disregard the release clause. We've been really lucky here. There we go. He's come for me with a wage. I would have offered a lot less than that, so I'm kind of happy. It's mad, though, that he wants 31.5. The goalkeeper was happy to take 9. The centre-back, who has got 86 overall potential, was happy to take 2. Crazy. I could probably counter it. Jesus, he wants a lot of money after those appearances. I am going to counter that. That's ridiculous. Let me edit those bonuses. Are you mad? Let's go for 5 after 25. Edit wage and sign-on bonus. Let's edit that sign-on bonus a little bit because, again, are you mad? And let's edit the wage down to 30,000. I'd be happy to go with that. What do you say? I'm sorry. Well, so am I. I might have just, spaced there completely, but have they just come back with less than what I was proposing? He wants 450,000 after 15 games. I said he could have 500,000 after 25, and he's gone, no, I want it sooner, but I'll have it less if you want. Sign-on bonus as well. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's added 30,000. Do you know what? You can have that, you weird man. You weird, weird man. I think his agent's out of May there. Let's get rid of Ferran Torres. We don't really care too much about signing him now. We might even be able to afford to do it, actually, but we don't need to. We've got 18 million left. Is that 18 million left with Kubo? Well, you'd assume so. Kubo's there. 75 rated. He's on par with the rest of the team. Basogog is on his way. He's gone. Right? Cantwell can only play left or right, even though I do play him in the middle. Buendia can play only on the right, which is annoying. Kubo can play cam, so that's fine. Ferreira can play centre mid, cam and striker, so that's fine as well. Let's put Buendia back in. We've got a very interesting squad now. A lot of players that can play everywhere. Transfer offer for Cyprian. Don't think I'm going to accept this, funnily enough. Mad that I can only get maybe 10 million for Cyprian. I'm going to block offers on him. I don't want him gone. Good player. Scores a lot of goals for us as well from midfield. But, yeah, Dickinson's real deal can go. I'm not even going to argue the wage with him. He can, or the value. He can go straight away. That's not a problem. I'm going to play out this final game, which is obviously going to result in us going out. Captaincy suggestions. This looks very... I'm just going to leave that alone. Looks a little bit confusing. Just going to forget it. Let's have a look at the value. Yeah, so I've still got 18 million to spend with potential of around 14 million, probably more closer to 10 after the board take their cut. We've got closer to 10 million coming our way after... Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money, isn't it? We'll have 28 million and a bigger wage budget than we started with, probably, which is mad. I'm going to leave the centre-back and the goalkeeper in there, because why not? We'll put Cyprian back in. Actually, I'll give Gilmore a go, move them around. Kubo's going to start at cam. Barco left, Buendia right, Baronetea up top. Ferreira on the bench for Dermich, who's never going to play for us ever again. Not that I've ever played with him anyway, but I think he might. Did he play in the last game? Maybe he did. Yeah, cool beans. That team is now taking shape. I am very, very happy with that team. The only thing is, of course, is Krull is going to have to play for the majority of the season. We'll play the Chevalier in every cup game going. Same goes for the centre-back. We'll play him in every cup game going. And now and again, if we're playing a easy team, not that there's ever such an easy fixture, I will also play them as well. Here we go then. We won 2-0. Kubo, goal on his debut. And Bela Kotchap got himself sent off. And Simakan got injured. Fantastic. I'm hoping the injury is about a day or two. And it's not weeks, months or years. Because that would be devastating. Basogog has gone to Leicester. Unreal. We've picked up 1 million in prize money. Too bad you didn't make it out of the group stage of the European International Cup. We still have confidence in you. Thanks. Player injured. 8 weeks. Christ. Okay. He's only got a 1-match ban, so it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to panic and go out and buy a new centre-back. There's no need for that. So let's just whack a bit of training on. Right, so now, when it comes to training, I'm going to want to switch my focus here a little bit. So Kubo's going to get trained on the art of dribbling with a football. Then again, passing. Yeah, no, the art of passing, definitely. Vision, long passing. No, we're going to go short passing and vision because I'm going to primarily play him as a cam. I think we can stop the training on Barco. We will edit him, and I will put my new centre back on the case. So Bella Kotchap is going to get himself some training. Stand tackle, interceptions, and slide tackle. That seems to be all in order. Let's submit that. They've both trained well. Their first time round, not bad. Kubo's actually very close to being a 76 rated as well. I'm very excited about this upcoming season. Who was promoted, incidentally? Teams promoted were West Brom, Leeds, and Bristol City. So they've got Bristol different as opposed to Fulham. Forgot then for a second. But the other teams they got completely correct. So there we go. Let's spin on and see what we can expect. Offer for Bloomfield. We'll accept that. Long episode. I apologise if you don't like the longer episodes. I do pride myself on sort of short, sharp career mode episodes, but... Right, offer for Byram, 4 million. Don't know about that one. Offer for Rupp, 6 million. Absolutely. Dickinson's real deal has gone. Rupp, he is going to be up for sale for definite. I'm actually going to accept that. That's Atalanta coming in for the offer. He's basically at that age where, 29, this is his last big move. I'm happy to accept 6 million for him. We don't need him. We've got plenty of backup in that area. Byram. This is an interesting one because I know it's a game, but I feel bad for him because I am wasting his career. He's not playing and he doesn't get any opportunity other than the odd cup game. On the other hand, if I sell him, we don't have any left back at all. And if we have an injury, we have problems. So on that, I'm going to reject the offer. I'm not going to block future offers because if someone comes in with a stupid offer, I'd be an idiot to turn it down, right? But for now, ooh, Kotchap got an A there. Happy days. In fact, I know if I really wanted to, I could jump in and do training for like 1 or 2 of the players, boost them up even quicker. But like I said, in 21, yes, all day long, every day we'll be doing training. But, oh, that's banging. Bloomfield's transfer is broken down. Don't really care too much. Dermich, offer for him. That's almost bang on, isn't it? 4 million from Burnley. 4.3 I could get. I'll take it, though. Again, we've got far too many players who can play in his position. We don't really care. We are going to be making money here. We've got 29. If we can sell just 1 or 2 of the players. Rupper's gone. We've been given 4.4. Offer for Louis Thompson. No idea who that is. Centre mid. Don't care. Yep, you can go for that. Not a problem. Right, more training to be done. I like this. Big fan. I know you're probably asking yourself, why am I not spending the money? But to be honest, if I went out and spent that money again, like I know I've got a lot of money, but who do I buy? Who would you go out and buy? If I build the team, and obviously I know that Simikin's injured for a little while, but it means Zimmerman's going to have to play for a bit. But at the moment, right, I would say that is probably... Gilmore's now 75 rated. That's probably close, very close, to be in the starting lineup. Cantwell will replace Kubo sometimes. They're sort of going to alternate. Same with Greenwood and Baratea. Gilmore and Cyprian will alternate as well. Bella Kotchap is going to come in and build up, as well as Ferreira, who I've got big... I know at the moment I'm not playing him that often, but I've got big hopes for Ferreira, because every time he comes on, he does actually do a good job for us. So, We don't have an awful lot of depth, like crazy good depth in positions, but like if I went out and bought a CDM, it means the 22-year-old Saga, who's got good potential, doesn't get to play as often. Cyprian doesn't get to play as often. Gilmore would play even less. We've just bought a brand new goalkeeper that's going to obviously be rotating with Tim Krul. They've got good potential, the goalkeeper and the centre-back. It's a building process more than anything, and that's going to be the takeaway. I mean, Dermich has sold, 2.9 has gone onto the transfer budget. Thompson's gone, 500,000's gone on the transfer budget. We've got 37 million to spend. January, I think, is when we spend that money, and we'll have a look to see what positions we can strengthen. Transfer offer for Heiss, whoever the hell that is. I mean, there's my backup left back, I guess. We could maybe sell. Oh, do I keep him and then maybe sell Byram? Because he's nearly as good. And he's on big money though, isn't he? Let's just get him gone and keep Byram. We'll keep the better player. You don't want to keep trash, do you, really? Let's be honest. One more training session before the league, I think. Quick sim that. A for Kubo. And he's fast approaching that 77 rating as well. Bella Kotchap's gone up to a 68 rated. He's improving very, very quickly. I know I could fill this with Kubo or Bella Kotchap, get rid of Ferreira, get rid of Baranatea, for example, or Gilmore, and boost them up much quicker. But I'd like to do it steadily for all players, really. Who's that? Akanji has gone to Lyon for 26.5 million. See, that's the kind of player we could sign, to be honest. Bloomfield, another offer for him. We could go for an Akanji, an 83 rated player or something. But, I don't know. I'm kind of happy to build up my youth players, I guess. We'll play the first game, not in this episode. Another offer for Bloomfield. We'll play the first game in the next episode. And we'll see how we feel and whether we feel like we need something. Brighton's a good test for our first game, because Brighton, of course, we played 3 times last season, 2 of which counted, 1 didn't. I don't think I beat them once, so it'll be a nice test for us, definitely. Right, Heiss has sold, 500,000 added to the budget. Bloomfield is being awkward, he can't agree a fee with anyone. 38.5 million to take into our January window. The starting lineup, that was weird. The starting lineup looks like this. I think that's exactly how we're going to start going into the first game of the season. We're missing our best player because he's out injured for a little while. He could play right back, actually. I was just like thinking, well, if he can play right back, can someone play left back, and then maybe we could get rid of Byram, but no. It doesn't matter. That's the starting lineup for the first game. In the next episode, we will get into it. For today, though, we have signed a new goalkeeper prospect, a new centre-back prospect. We've signed Kubo from Real Madrid, and we've still got as close to 40 million as you can get if we feel like we need to go out and buy a big boy. I am thinking striker, because Baranatea, albeit good player, and he's only 18, he can play left or right. So maybe he replaces Buendia over time. Buendia gets sold. And then our big boy striker comes in up front. I'm not sure. Maybe. Leave your suggestions down below. What do you think? Should we go and spend the money now? Should we play a few games and see how we feel? Or should we just wait for January and have a big, real, exciting January window where we maybe look to sell Buendia, bring in a massive name? Because we could probably do that if we really wanted to. We've got the wage. We've got the money. We could. Let me know what you think. If you have enjoyed today's episode, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.